Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is it's 9 o'clock on a Sunday. It's time for a review show special. Now, this is where I take a deep dive into a particular topic, a particular production company, and I basically tell you everything that you need to know about that trick or that production company. And today, it's a very special day because I'm talking to you about one of my favorite magicians, one of my favorite mentalists, one of my favorite creators, one of my favorite people in magic, Phill Smith. Now, if you don't know who Phill Smith is the reason why I've become known as a bit of a deck guy. He is incredible. First of all, he's an amazing mentalist. If you haven't checked out the Mythology Codex, you really should. If you haven't checked out his website, you really should. But as well as that, he is genius at graphic design and playing card marking systems. If you like the Evoke deck that I bought out, that's Phill Smith. If you like the Mind Blocks deck that I bought out, that's Phill Smith. Cube 52, that's Phill Smith. The Infinity deck, that's Phill Smith. The Focus deck, did I say a new one? That one's me and Phill Smith as well. Phill is absolutely amazing. And he has this genius ability, this absolute genius ability to take ideas and make them real. And I think it's because he's a great designer, but as well as being a great designer, he's also a mentalist, a magician, so he can see things from so many different ways. And last year, he brought out a trick, and I said that this is one of the best tricks of all time. And if you remember, it was a trick where somebody picks an object from a pack of cards, and it's like a picture deck. There's tons of different pictures in there, and you take out a picture from a deck of cards. They pick a picture from a deck of cards, and then you take out a whole bunch of other pictures, and they all look completely random and none of them make sense, but when you put them together, it creates this image, which is the image that they picked, right? Fantastic trick, absolutely amazing trick. Now, where that came from is it came from Ryland, because obviously, if you don't know, last year Ryland was on America's Got Talent and he got through to the semi-finals. And I wanted something really big in the semi-finals, and I went to Phill and I said, Phill, do you think it's possible for there to be thousands of images all over the theatre, and they randomly pick a bunch of images and they're all random, but when they come together, they're a picture of me and Ryland together? And he said, I don't know, which is what he normally says. And then he came back to me a week later and went, yeah, I've cracked it. And he cracked it. And out of every performance I think Ryland's ever done, his semi-final performance on America's Got Talent was my favourite. Off the back of that, Phill then took that concept that he created for Ryland's AGT act, and he created a deck of cards that basically did the same thing for a close-up performer. And I put a video about this about a year ago, and the video was, the video was titled, Is this the greatest close-up trick of all time? And I have performed that trick so many times, I can't tell you the amount of times I performed that trick. I absolutely love it. And I think it's flown under the radar a little bit. I know that Phill sold out very, very quickly, but I still think it's flown under the radar a little bit. Well, I'm here to tell you on this review show special about a brand new Phill Smith trick that's coming out just in time for Christmas. Now, I know that he's ordered these, and I know that he's hopeful that he's going to be getting them at the end of November, but I want to tell you about these now. This is a Christmas version of that same concept that we've just talked about. So in other words, it's a deck of cards, and it all looks Christmas themed, as you would expect from Phill Smith. The box looks perfect. The cards look perfect. The fronts of the cards, the backs of the cards look absolutely perfect. But what you in essence have here is a deck of cards with lots of different images, and all of these images relate to Christmas. You also get, I think it's 5 different image cards, and you get gaffs, you get double faces for predictions, and a whole bunch of different stuff. As you can imagine, it's a Phill Smith product. He's left no stone unturned. But the basic concept is that you can have somebody pick a image that's related to Christmas, and then you can randomly take other images out that you think might have something to do with Christmas. And so you can take other images out randomly that you think might help you work out what their image is, and you can show them, and it doesn't really make any sense. And then when you put them all together, they realise that these images form the big image that they picked. I mean, it's just incredible. It's exactly the same trick as the one that you released earlier this year, but it's in Christmas themes. I'll tell you right now, and this is coming from somebody who has created and released Christmas tricks. This is probably the greatest Christmas trick of all time. This is amazing. This is super powerful magic, but as well as being super powerful magic, it is so full-on Christmas themed. It really is. Now, there's a few different ways of doing this, and one of the ways that I like doing it is with a force and a switch. So I'm going to show you that method first of all. I'll show you a performance of that. So this is a performance of me doing sort of the force and the switch method. Have a look at this, and this will kind of give you an idea of what the trick is all about. So yeah, these are Christmas inspiration cards.
Yeah.
Inspirational seasonal cards to inspire the Christmas spirit. And what they are is they're kind of abstract pictures about Christmas. We want to make sure they're all in there. They're all in there. Kind of abstract Christmas pictures. So there's like some baubles and stuff, and I don't know, more baubles, and a window. A window's nothing says Christmas like a window. You have some Christmas decorations, a candle, another presents, another candle, lots of candles. Outside, snowy, sort of more Christmas decorations outside. There's a ton of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Loads and loads and loads of abstract Christmas images. And we also have these 5 cards at the top. Okay, now these 5 cards are actually whole images. So you've got a snowman, you've got a Christmas present, you've got tree, you've got Santa, and you've got a stocking. So very quickly, just take these and mix them up so they're in a random order. If you could do that for me, that would be amazing. And I will do the same here. I'll make sure all of these are mixed up. You want to make sure they're in no random order. I'll make sure these are mixed up as well. And when you're happy, let me know. I am happy with this if you're happy with that.
Almost.
I'll take your time.
And I am...
You done?
Yes.
Yeah? Cool. So you've mixed these 5 images up. Would you agree with this?
Yeah.
And no one could know the order in which you've put them in. Would you agree?
Yeah.
I'm not going to change the order. I want you to see whatever order you've kept them in. I'm just going to put them out like that. Do you see?
Yeah.
And what I want you to do, you're going to give me any number between 1 and 100. And I'm going to count to that number going back and forth, 1 number for each card. Any number. From, say, 1 to 100.
50.
50. Are you sure? That is a big number. It's going to take me forever to count.
100.
I can count to 50 if you want me to.
Sure.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
I'll
Final
go
answer.
with you.
Thanks. Makes it so much worthwhile. You sure you want 50, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. That one there. Don't let me see it. Have a look at the image. Don't let me see it. You can show the camera if you want to. Okay. Are you done? And then put it face down so I can't see. We'll move the others out of the way and we'll keep that one on the bottom. You can move your finger now. We'll keep the one that you picked on the bottom of those. Is that cool? Okay, brilliant stuff. So now let's, we're going to take these that we mixed up and we'll give them another mix up now. There we go. And I'm going to have you just touch 9 cards. And as I touch them, we're going to put them forward. We want 9 cards, but touch them fairly quickly because we want to get them all touched before we get to the bottom of the packet. So touch one near the top. Perfect. And another one as I go through. Perfect. And another one straight away. Perfect. And another one. Perfect. That's 4. And another one. Perfect. Another one. There you go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another one. 7. Another one. 8. And one more.
9.
That one there. Yeah? Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Because I don't want you to think I cheated. The cards are mixed up and you picked these 9. Yeah? I couldn't know what those 9 are and it could have been any of these. But it wasn't. It was these. Now we're just going to mix them up. I'm going to have you say deal or split. If you say deal, I'll deal the card on the table. If you say split, I'll change the positions. That's deal. that's split, that's deal. You get the idea?
Yeah.
So deal or split?
Split.
Perfect. And again?
Split.
And again?
Deal.
And again?
Deal. Split.
And the last one has to be deal.
Deal.
So you can see where you've mixed them all up, right? I'm not going to change the order. I'm just going to put them down on the table. Now, look, we've got some interesting things. That looks like
That looks like Santa sitting next to some cakes with.
Oh, I think it's a bell. Look, you got kind of a
Oh,
bell.
yeah.
It's a
Got a
bell
bell.
type thing, isn't it, really?
Yeah, and there's a little candle there.
Yeah, a
some
little candle and a
candles.
bell. And over here, you've got like, that looks like a street. A
There's
street.
a floating.
Yeah, it's kind of like a decoration, isn't it, sort
Yeah.
of thing. What do we have here? That looks like more candles.
With Santa in the way.
And over here, we've got more Christmas decorations.
Yeah, candle.
More candles. That's like a little candle.
Yeah, that looks like a little candle with presents inside and then some stockings
Yeah,
and Christmas
that's cool.
decorations.
And this one, some Christmas baubles, maybe?
Yeah, on the
Sort
tree.
of thing that you hang on the tree.
Yeah.
This is like...
Just Santa. Just Santa.
Could be, I don't know. That's like a Christmas cake.
Yeah.
This one here, stars and candy canes.
Yeah.
None of those really told me what your picture was. But sometimes when we look at an image, we look at the one individual image. And realistically, we should look at all the images at the same time. You see, if we take all of these images, the street, the candles, the candy canes, if we put them all together, it doesn't really show us anything, does it? But this is going to freak you out. Tell me if you see something that could happen as I put these together. Look at that.
That looks like the head of Santa. Then
There.
his eyes, because of those. And then it's like...
Which means that you must have picked Santa Claus, and look at that. That is a perfect match. Okay, so that is a performance of kind of my favourite way of doing this trick. I've been doing this now for about a week, and I've been playing around with various different ways of doing it. That's my favourite way of doing it. It's using Phil's Quintaforce, obviously, and as well as using the Quintaforce, it's also then using a switch of the cards, which is done in just the perfect way. It's a Derek Dingle no-lap switch. So that's all that is, and then that allows me to have this beautiful moment where, you know, they've apparently picked a whole bunch of different images, and you know, it's just great. It's just a fantastic moment. Now and that method that I showed you there doesn't make use of the marking system. Now the marking system on this deck is so amazing. It's even better the marking system that was on the previous iteration, because you can see it from a mile off, but only if you know what you're looking for. Just by looking at the backs of the cards, you can just take out the correct cards that you need, and you'll know the order that they need to go into. Now, this is amazing, because if you want to, and I've played around with doing it this way as well, because obviously what you have here is you have 5 images, right? I think there's 5 images. And there's 9 cards for each image. Yeah, 5 images, 9 cards for each image. Those 9 cards, when put together into a grid, will create that image, but the individual cards won't look like that image. So 9 times 5, 19, 27, 34, yeah, 45. So there'll be 45 cards that make up 5 separate images, 5 cards, which are the 5 images, and then a bunch of gaffs and so on and so forth. So 56 cards altogether, I think. So you can do it the way that you just saw me do it, but what you can do is, because the marking system is so good and you can see it a mile off, you can actually give the cards to the spectator and you can have them shuffle the cards. And then you can say, right, pick an image, and they pick one of the images, but it's a free choice this time. You'll immediately know which image they've picked, and then you can just take the deck face down and say, look, I'm randomly going to put some cards down on the table, and these cards might help me decide what you've done. And it's so easy to see the marks. If you know my mental blocks deck, the marks are as easy as mental blocks. So you throw the cards down on the table, but what you're doing is right in front of the spectator's nose, you're just taking out the 9 cards in order that you need to create the image that the spectator's chosen, that you know because of the marking system. So the marks on here really do serve a great purpose. So there's a couple of different ways of doing it. You can do it with a shuffled deck, absolutely fine. Or you can do it with, there's lots of different handlings. You know, there's lots of different ways you can do it. But my 2 favourite ways of doing it, as I say, are either from a shuffled deck or doing it the way you just saw it, which is a force and a switch. Now, I personally, having tried it both ways, and both ways get good reactions, I actually prefer the force and the switch. And the reason I prefer the force and the switch is just because the spectator, with the force and the switch method, it feels like the spectator is taking out the cards themselves. So it's kind of a different effect on the audience. The way that you're doing it when you do it is, you know, you're taking out cards, and how the hell are the cards that you've taken out create this image? I have no idea. But the other way of doing it is it's almost like they're doing it themselves, if that makes sense, which I think is really cool. Now, there is another way of doing it as well. If you don't want to carry around another deck of cards to your gigs, and you're like, right, okay, I don't want to carry around another deck right now, you don't have to, because the other thing that you can do is you can do it as a packet trick. So you could just take out the 9 cards that make up the Santa Claus image, for example. So the images are a present, a Christmas tree, Santa Claus, a snowman, and something else. But you can take out the nine cards that make the Santa Claus, for example, and you could just put into your wallet the 9 cards. And this is a John Carey idea, I believe. You can just put those 9 cards into your wallet, as well as the 5 cards that the image cards, right? So you have these like 14 cards in your wallet, and you put you show that the 9 of them have got different images, and you put those to one side. In fact, you know what? I'll do a performance of this. Why talk about it when I can perform it? Let me show you a way of doing this where you're not taking the whole deck, but you've just got a small packet of cards. It's Christmas soon. You excited about Christmas?
Yeah.
Cool. I've got some cards here. I've got some Christmas cards. Well, they're not Christmas cards. They're not a card that you would give to somebody at Christmas. They're cards with pictures of things that you might associate with Christmas. Now, we've obviously got Santa.
Yeah.
We've got a snowman. We've got a present. We've got a Christmas stocking, and we've got a tree. You can mix these up face down.
Sure.
And then these are all just kind of random. They're like, look, a candle. And that looks like so many candles. That's one of those, what do you call that? A pine cone. That looks like it's dangerously close to some lit candles there. Whoever's living room that is, I would worry, because that is a fire hazard.
Yeah.
Says the guy who encourages his son to practice fire manipulation in the living room.
Yeah. That is true.
It is true. Look, another candle. And more pine cones. That's
right next to each other.
Dangerous. Look, you've got presents, you've got more presents, you've got lots of presents, all the presents. And look, those presents, say it with me, they're near a...
Candle.
Candle. We love candles. Right, okay, so have you done... We'll put those there to one side for a minute. I'm taking these... I don't want to... What are you doing? So...
I'm going to put them there.
No, you're doing great. So you've mixed these up into this order, right? Yeah. I'm not going to change the order. I'll put them into the order in which you've left them in. And you need to pick one of these at random. So we'll have you name a number. We'll have you name a number from 1 to 100, because that's what we've been doing recently. And we'll count to that number. We'll go back and forth, one number at a time until we get to your number.
99.
Oh, shut the front door. Not happening. Give me a number.
5.
That is a ridiculously short number. I will do 5 if you... At this point, frankly, dear, I don't really care. So no, give me a number. Give me a proper number. Come on. Give me a number.
25.
Are you sure?
50, actually.
50.
No, 15.
Make your mind up. Which one? 15.
15.
Are you sure? Yes? 15? Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That one right there.
Yeah.
Can you have a look at it? Remember it. Don't forget it. Show the camera if you want to, but don't show me. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll bury it underneath all the others so we don't know what it is. So... we're going to mix these up, these random images. We're going to mix them up, okay? So we're going to do it in 2 ways. The first way is you're going to say, you're going to give me a, you're going to say deal or split. If you say deal, I'll deal like that. If you say split, I'll change the position. That's deal, that's split, that's split, that's deal. You get the idea? Yeah. So deal or split?
Absolutely. Split.
Nice, split. And again?
Split. Deal. Deal. Split. And then it has to be deal.
Do you want to do it one more time, or is that it?
I'll do it one more time.
Okay, you'll do it one more time. Okay, no problem. Deal or split?
Deal.
Oh, that's deal. Thank God.
Split.
Split, yeah.
Split. Deal.
Yeah.
Split. Deal.
Deal. So you've mixed them all up. Now we're going to mix them up even more. You're going to name a number when I snap my fingers. Whatever number you'll name, you're going to hold these cards. You're going to deal that many cards face down to the table.
Yeah.
So if you name 3, you'd go 1, 2, 3, and then you turn the rest over and put them on top.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So take these cards, we've already mixed them up a bit, hold them like that, like you're about to deal. Very good. When I snap my fingers, name a number.
5.
So deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn the rest over like that and put them on top. Now pick them up again. We'll do it again. Give me another number.
1. Nope.
Well, give me the number first. What number do you want?
2,
Okay, you just do yourself.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Turn the rest over and put them on top. You going to do it one more time or is that it?
I'll do it one more time.
Do you want to just not tell me the number? No, you don't. Okay. 3,
4, 5,
5.
6.
Turn the rest over and put them on top. Are you happy? You happy?
Yeah.
You want to do it again or are you good?
I'm happy.
Good. So we've now got some mixed face up, some mixed face down. You mix these up, proper mixed. So we've got some candles.
Yeah.
Kelsa we've got candles. There you go. You got a pine cone with candles.
Yeah. Really close.
And notice I'm not changing the order. Notice I'm putting them in the order in which you said. I'm going to make a 3x3 grid. You got candles. Top of a stocking, maybe? Potentially. Top of a stocking, I think. More candles with pine cones.
Yeah. Looks like some lights with presents and shit.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? What are these? More
Just
presents.
like a present and a gold present and a
That doesn't really tell me what you thought of, though, does it?
No.
You remember what I did the other day with Santa? When I created Santa in the image. Maybe I could do the same thing with these, but you put these into a really random order, didn't you? But if I put these together like this, then maybe, just maybe, we can make this.
That looks like...
Oh, look at that.
That looks like a stocking.
Let's have a look at the picture that you got. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You got a stocking.
There's the stuff. There's the thing where it hangs full.
Yeah.
Fun. Because that's the sound.
So there you go. As you can see, there's a couple of different ways of doing this. There's a few different ways of doing this, but ultimately, it's all really easy. Now, I have the worst eyesight in the world. I'll tell you right now, my eyes are terrible, and yet I can see the marks perfectly well. So there's not an issue there at all. As I say, the marks can be seen from a mile off. But yeah, look, there's nothing else to say. At this time of the year, I know people are looking for Christmas tricks. I always do a lot of Christmas tricks at Christmas. I've got so many Christmas gigs coming up. My head is swimming. And having all of these Christmas gigs are great, and having all these Christmas gigs is fun. But you want to try and incorporate Christmas into them as well. And there's lots of different ways of doing it. I bought out Elf, obviously, a couple of years ago. The toys is a great Christmas trick. That's why we bought it out at the end of November. The Christmas cards that I bought out is amazing. There's lots of people that have bought out Christmas tricks. I love this one. I really, really do. I think this is great. And the perfect trick to bring out at Christmas. And I've always loved the original version. I do it all year round. But this has catapulted its way up to one of my, if not my, favourite Christmas trick of all time. I only wish, and if you're watching this, Phil, I only wish that one of the images had been John McClane pushing Hans Gruber off the Nakatomi Tower. Just watching him fall down. That should have been one of the images, because that is a Christmas film. That's the only negative I've got to say about this. It's great. It's wonderful. Now, this is a small run, so you can't get this through Murphy's Magic. You can't get it through your favourite magic dealer. You can't get it through any magic dealers. The only way you can get it is by going directly to Phill Smith. Phill has his own website. It's Phill Smith Creative. The link will be in the bio, the description down below. If you want to get one of these, they are in limited quantity. I believe that Phill is getting them in ready to sell by the end of November. So you might want to reach out to him, and I'm sure he'll be doing a mail out on it soon anyway. But I'm telling you right now, this trick is amazing, and this is probably going to be my most performed trick over the Christmas period. I'm giving this 100%. It's brilliant. There's so many different ways of doing it. And I know that if you pick one up, you will absolutely love it. So there you go. That is Phill Smith's new Christmas trick. I think it possibly could be the greatest Christmas trick of all time. So there you go, guys. That's another review show special in the bag. Thank you once again for joining me right here on Magic TV. Now, don't forget, you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I'm going to be back again later on tomorrow. I'm going to be back tomorrow with the 5x5. I'm also, if you haven't watched the Q&A from earlier on, please check out the Q&A. It's a great Q&A this week. You'll absolutely love it. So go check out the Q&A. I will be back again soon. Go join the Netrix. It's my online streaming platform for magicians. It's called thenetrix.com. And I will see you again. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Craig for Magic TV.